Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and yes, I said I was done. I said I was done with this, but I didn't clarify. I was done with the movies, but I haven't done TV shows yet, so I thought, yes, I know. I swear, this is the last time. Yes, I did it for the movies, but now I thought, you know what I'll do for TV shows? I thought I'd just do my favorite TV show of every year since I've been alive. Yes, I've done my favorite movies of every year since I've been alive. Now I thought, you know what the hell? I'll do my favorite TV show of every year since I've been alive. Why not, right? Sounds like a cool idea. Let's get to it. Yeah, if you didn't know, I was born in 1991. So these are my favorite TV shows from 1991 all the way up to now of 2019. So yeah, let's get to it. Coming in number 1991 when I was born, my favorite show was Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck was a really good show. It was part of the Disney Afternoon, one of my favorite shows of the Disney Afternoon, right there with Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, Gargoyles, all those great shows. But Darkwing Duck was just so much fun. I love that it brought in like DuckTales characters like Launchpad and stuff. I love all the characters. It's just this like really cool, very self-aware superhero show, and just I love how he narrates everything about his life and what he's doing and stuff. It's very satirizing of Batman and stuff, and just, it's very clever, very funny, and I loved it as a kid. 1992 is, speaking of Batman the Animated Series. This is actually the greatest superhero television show I've ever watched. It is completely loyal in every way, shape, or form to the comic books. Kevin Conroy will always be Batman to me. He's the real Batman. Same with Mark Hamill as the Joker, and yeah, this also introduced us to Harley Quinn. The show introduced Harley Quinn. Paul Dini gave us Harley Quinn through the series and stuff, and I love everything about this show. I love every villain. Every villain is done beautifully, especially my favorite villain, Mr. Freeze. Yes, not the Arnold Mr. Freeze, Batman the Animated Series Mr. Freeze, and yeah, they make him sympathetic, very caring, very interesting, and intellect. That's what he is, and I love everything about Batman the Animated Series. It's the best superhero show I've ever watched. 1993 is I can't. I suck at doing the opening to X-Files, but the X-Files. The X-Files is a great sci-fi show, great crime show. It has a big formula to it, but it's interesting. The way Carter did the show was so fantastic, and I love everything about this show. It's done very well. It's very detailed. Mulder and Scully are both great. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson are really, really great. And yeah, I just love X-Files. Just everything about it's fantastic. 1994 is Friends. Yes, 1994 gave us Friends. Friends is one of my favorite comedy shows of all time. I love it. And it's the friendship and the camaraderie of all 60s friends and their different personalities together and their time together throughout the whole series. And just, I love it. Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, Matthew Perry, all do a great job. The running jokes are fantastic, and How I Met Your Mother tried to be Friends for the new generation of the 2000s, and it was good, but it was nowhere near as good as Friends. Friends is it's just timeless. Alright, 1995 is The Simpsons Season 6. This is the best season of The Simpsons, in my opinion. Simpsons is one of my favorite comedy shows of all time, and this is the best season. This has a lot of my favorite episodes, like when they get the swimming pool and Bart breaks his leg, and they satirize Rear Window, and the scene when they find out Marge is like afraid of flying and she has to go to therapy. Lowenstein. It's so good. What else happens? There's a lot of great, the Stonecutters, the Secret Society, and they think Homer's the chosen one. No homos, just who rigs every Oscar night. We do. I love everything about The Simpsons from like season 1 to like 12 is fantastic, and then it needs to fucking end already. But season 6 is, I think, the best season. It's my personal favorite season. Alright, 1996 is Third Rock from the Sun. Third Rock from the Sun is my kind of silly. Silly shows can get really dumb, very repetitive, very tedious, and just, I don't know, just juvenile. This is funny, though. The way, because it's such an out there story about, like, these aliens that have human bodies, and they're on Earth, and they're basically there to, like, you know, learn about human life and stuff, and it's a straight comedy show, and it's done very well, and John Lithgow, Joseph Gordon-Levitt are all very, 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 very funny in this. Wayne Knight is very funny. They're all really great in this movie. I just love it. I love the characters. Alright, 1997 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of my favorite Joss Whedon shows. The first season was super good. Joss Whedon See, the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie with Christy Swanson wasn't even really that great of a film, so making it into a television show, making it better, more layered, and more enjoyable, was a smart idea. It's just so good. Sarah Michelle Gellar, a lot of people doubt her as an actress, but I'm like, watch Buffy. Watch Buffy. She's amazing. Alright, 1998 is Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop's my favorite anime of all time. This is the Tarantino of animes. Shinichi Watanabe, the way he created this show, is amazing. The opening itself feels very Tarantino. I love the four main characters of Spike, Edward, Jet Black, and Faye. All of them are great. The music's fantastic. Ballad of Fallen Angels is probably one of the best episodes of not only Cowboy Bebop, but best episodes of any anime I've ever watched. I love everything about Bebop. It's my favorite anime, so yeah. 1999 is The Sopranos. Yes, woke up this morning, got yourself a gun, got yourself a gun. Yes, I want to thank my father for introducing the show to me. Love it. Rest in peace, James Gandolfini. He was amazing. He always beat Tony Soprano to me. I love it. I love this episode. The first episode, this season is so great. This is what introduced the world to Sopranos, and it actually has my favorite episode. The episode College is actually my favorite episode of The Sopranos, and that's in the first season. And I love that Tony Soprano is like he's a mob boss, but he's like having panic attacks. He has to go to therapy and shit like that. It's very funny. It's very enjoyable. And the way it ends, a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's very thought-provoking and very cool. And yeah, we'll never get a movie, but oh well. Alright, 2000 is Gilmore Girls. Gilmore Girls, love Gilmore Girls. I didn't grow up. When Gilmore Girls came out, my sister enjoyed it, but I was never a fan. I eventually became a fan. Like years and years later, I became a fan, and I love it. It's smart, it's well written, and just it's so good. What's her name? Amy Sherman, I think. Yeah, she created the show. She also did The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which is another great show, and I love Lauren Graham. Alexis Bledell's great. The character Luke, super relatable, and just, yeah, I love it. Stars Hollow. 2001 is Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is a really well constructed animated series. It's so good. I love that they brought it back for the new season, and that was so great. And the action's so raw and stuff, and this is a show for all ages. I loved it as a kid, but it works even better as an adult because you can see a lot of the layered and very adult-themed storytelling that it has, and yeah. So good. If you love like the animated series Star Wars and Powerpuff Girls, then yeah, this is definitely a show for you. Alright, 2002, Firefly. Favorite show of all time. Yeah, I've talked about Firefly a lot actually, especially when I first started this channel. Joss Whedon did an amazing job with this show. I love every character in this show. Out of Gas, best episode ever. I think we would have more seasons of Firefly if they just did it properly. Like when Firefly first came on air, they didn't air the episodes in order, so people were just very confused and stuff. So yeah, because of Fox, they fucked up Firefly. They fucked up Joss Whedon's amazing creation and shit like that. We got a good movie out of it, at least. Serenity. Serenity's a good movie. Alright. 2003 is the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show is a skit show. I like skit shows like SNL and Living Color are very funny shows, but Chappelle Show is something I grew up on, and I loved it. I thought it was so funny. Everyone remembers the KKK episode and stuff. The satire episode of Sesame Street and stuff. Like there's the Rick James bitch and stuff. Like a lot of classic things in the Chappelle Show. Dave Chappelle's just a really funny guy. If you love his stand-up, then you probably love his show. 2004, Veronica Mars. Yes, a long time ago, we used to be friends. Oh, so good. I love Veronica Mars. Kristen Bell will always be Veronica Mars to me. And despite her playing in a lot of bad movies, I still love her in Veronica Mars. And the first season is the best season. The entire investigation on her friend's death and stuff and who did it and stuff, it's so good. And it talks about a very realistic depiction on high school life, and it's done very well. And I love these characters. Especially I love Wallace and stuff, but I love Kristen Bell so much. And I love her dad too. Her dad's awesome as well. 2005, Avatar The Last Airbender. Avatar The Last Airbender is my favorite cartoon series of all time. It's so good. The Legend of Korra was fine, but it's no Avatar. Avatar is so great. The story of Aang, Sokka, Katara, and basically him learning the four elements to defeat the Fire Lord. And then you got like Zuko, who's like this anti-hero. He basically he's out to catch the Avatar to restore his honor, but then he realizes his destiny is not to kill the Avatar, it's to join the Avatar. Just I love everything about Avatar. I've talked a lot about it, so yeah. 2006 is a Japanese anime, Code Geass. Code Geass was a really cool show with a really cool story, very deep and stuff. It's got a lot of great political commentary, and it's very socially relevant, especially nowadays. It's fantastic, and yes, Lelouch via Britannia. Just love everything about Code Geass. I love Code Geass. Alright, 2007, Mad Men. First season of Mad Men is actually the best season. The other seasons are still good, but I love John Hamm. John Hamm's such a classy bastard, and he's so great. Elizabeth Moss is super good in the show as well. My favorite episode is just them walking up the stairs. It's just so great. It's basically about the business industry, the ad industry in this time period. Very classy, very elegant, very like 60s, 50s styles. I love everything about Mad Men. Just the whole style of it's so good. 2008, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, one of the best shows ever. Breaking Bad. Bryan Cranston. Heisenberg. He is Heisenberg. Aaron Paul, fantastic as Jesse Pinkman. They're making a Breaking Bad movie. I'm curious about it because it's like Jesse's story, so that could be really cool and stuff. And Breaking Bad had a great ending, though. What a perfect ending. 2009, the Community. No, not the Community. Community. Dan Harmon created this. Yes, he's working on Rick and Morty still, and I love Rick and Morty, but Community was so good. I love Community. The jokes are so funny. This is when the first two seasons were the best seasons, because that's when it was Dan Harmon and the Russo brothers, and it was just so funny and so great. And it still was good in season 3 and stuff, but 4 and 5 got a little weird. And the final season was still pretty enjoyable, but it got weird. But the first couple seasons of Community is super good. 2010, Angel Beats, one of my favorite animes of all time. I love it. Great story about them in purgatory and basically choosing whether to stay in purgatory or going back to Earth, being reincarnated and stuff. And yeah, the animation, so good. Well, probably one of the saddest animes I've ever watched. Just, rips your soul out. 2011, Game of Thrones. Yes. 2011 gave us Game of Thrones. I remember when Game of Thrones first came on, I had no interest in watching it, but then when I watched the first episode, I could not stop. And still to this day, cannot stop. 2012, Psycho-Pass. Psycho-Pass, the only anime that feels very much like Blade Runner. This is very much a Blade Runner-esque anime. It even references Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. Season 2 was good, but first season was so good, so great quality. Basically about these agents chasing down these humans/androids and stuff, and it's a lot about what it means to be human, like Ghost in the Shell and Blade Runner and stuff. Very deep, very philosophical. Love it. 2013, Orphan Black. Orphan Black, great movie, great show about cloning and stuff. Tatiana Maslany gives such a great performance, a very career-defining performance. I'm glad she's doing movies now, but I don't think she'll ever do something as good as she did in Orphan Black. That was so good. 2014, Game of Thrones Season 4. Game of Thrones Season 4 is probably my favorite season of Game of Thrones. It had a lot of the great episodes. The final episode, the Batman the Viper and stuff. Just a lot of good stuff. Like when Jon Snow, has to, kill Ingrid and stuff. A lot of great moments, great action scenes in Season 4. And just, I love everything about Season 4. And yes, Oberyn died too soon. He died too soon. 2015, Daredevil. Daredevil gave us Daredevil. I hate that fucking Daredevil's canceled, but Daredevil Season 1 was so good. I love Charlie Cox. A lot of people were doubting Charlie Cox to ever be, can he ever be Daredevil? But he proved everyone wrong. He was fucking amazing as Daredevil. And yeah, Wilson Fisk, great villain. Great villain, Vincent D'Onofrio. 2016, Stranger Things. Stranger Things was so fucking good. I love it. The Duffer Brothers did a great job. Season 2 was good, but Season 1 was so great. Just 80s nostalgia, great child characters, great soundtrack, just an all-around great show. 2017, Feud, Betty and Joan. Great miniseries by Ryan Murphy about the making of Baby Jane, whatever happened to Baby Jane, about Betty Davis and Joan Crawford and their dispute together while making that film. So good. It's really good. What's her name? Susan Sarandon and what's her name? Jessica Lange do a great job in this show. Alfred Molina as Robert Aldridge is great. Stanley Tucci is really great. Everyone's fantastic. Even Kieran Luca as Betty Davis's daughter in this movie. She's so good. Super good. Love the show. 2018 last year was Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House still impresses me. I've seen it 3 times and it doesn't disappoint. It's so good, so detailed, so well shot, so great, so clever. Just the attention to detail in The Haunting of Hill House is so great. I love the characters. Favorite character obviously is fucking Kate Siegel's character, she's fucking awesome. As Theo's awesome. What Mike Flanagan did with this show was just genius. And 2019 this year, so far as of right now, 2019, True Detective Season 3 is my favorite show. Mahershala's fantastic, and just, yeah, this is just as good as the first season. Yeah, True Detective. So yeah, that was my quick little list of my favorite shows of every year since I've been alive. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me. Comment below, tell me what are your favorite shows of every year since you've been alive. So yeah, comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and join the dark side.